Okay, so today I wanted to give you a kind of glam makeup tutorial for glasses. So I have a consultation for LASIK tomorrow, and I was not allowed to wear contacts for 3 days before the appointment. And I was like, well, if I end up getting LASIK, I should probably do some glasses content, huh? So that's what we're doing today. So for the most part, I have my base on. These are relatively heavy. They're Warby Parker. I think these are the Hughes style. It's my favorite style of glasses. For like the shape of my face, I think they look like very attractive, but they're kind of heavy. They sit on like a lot of my nose. So, okay, now I'm blind. I need a hand mirror. So in terms of like this area of my nose, I'm just not going to apply a lot of product there, because if I remove my glasses, you know, they like slide around, whatever, and you just get buildup of product. So like when I went in with my foundation, I applied it normally everywhere, and then I just kind of went in with like a teeny bit on my nose so that it was like, you know, a cohesive color. And then I just went in with like a clean side of the sponge and picked up all that excess in that area. Because it doesn't matter. I don't care what TikTokers tell you. I don't care what YouTubers tell you. They have all these tricks about like how to keep your glasses from messing up your foundation or whatever. None of them work, okay? You got plastic, acetate, rubber sitting on top of your skin. It's gonna warm up. It's gonna get cakey no matter what you do. No powder or primer is going to change that, okay? Oh, I just realized my background lighting is so uneven. I like didn't even check that. YouTuber of the Year award, please. Is that better? Yeah, looks better. Next up, are you nearsighted or are you farsighted? I'm nearsighted, which means I can see up close, but far away I'm blind. I'm blind. My glasses make I mean, you can see from here, my glasses make my eyes look smaller than they actually are. I want to do something that's going to make my eyes look bigger because I want to counteract that. I don't like how tiny it makes my eyes look. If you're farsighted, your glasses are going to make your eyes look bigger. If you feel like you look bug-eyed, you're gonna wanna do the opposite of all the things that I do, and I'll take you through those. So number one, being nearsighted and having my eyes kind of look like smaller and closer together when I'm wearing glasses, I really like to brighten up my inner corner. This is something that I like talk about a lot, just in general, having like pretty deep set eyes in this area. It gets really dark in there. I applied my concealer like I usually do. Now I'm gonna go in with a brighter concealer, something much lighter. This is 100W from Rare Beauty. It's the lightest shade that they have. Put a little bit on the back of my hand and using a tiny little brush. I'm truly blind right now. Like I cannot see anything. Everything's blurry. So if any of my footage is out of focus, I guess I'll just go fuck myself. So I'm going to place this in the very inner corner of my eye. This is a trick that I do all the time, but it's especially important when you want your eyes to appear more open, especially if you're someone like me who has a lot of darkness and my eyes are just like very deep set there, because that darkness kind of draws your eyes in closer together. Again, avoiding the area that my glasses are going to be resting so that I don't get buildup of product. And then I'm just going to take whatever is left over and just kind of like pat it down to the hollows, just so it's not like super out of place. I'm going in with this Kosas sponge. This is a new sponge, which I love. Super pointed, really great for getting in here. Just blending. I'm gonna use the tiniest amount of powder, literally so small, so small. This is Tatcha? What is this called? I don't know, I got the mini from Sephora, but it's the Tatcha powder. Oh, the silk powder. And I'm going to use this to set underneath my eyes. So I want to make sure that I'm all blended first. Not taking this onto my nose. All right, before I get into my eyes, I want to apply my blush. I did everything else. I did bronzer, contour, foundation, all of that stuff. I haven't applied my blush, mostly because I kind of feel like because my glasses are so large, they just cover up like a lot of my face. So putting my blush like here, it just kind of gets lost. So I really like to focus it here when I'm wearing my glasses. Oh, I just cleaned my brushes, they smell so good. So I'm gonna grab this shade right here from the NARS Afterglow palette. I'm using my Sam Robindahl Sigma contour brush. And I'm going to focus the blush up here. And then I wanna make sure that I'm blending. So, I mean, like the application is like relatively the same, but I want you to be able to see it. So I'm focusing it up high on my cheekbone and then just blending a little bit. So that when my glasses are on and I turn my face, you can actually see it. I don't know how much of a difference it makes, but like logically, that just makes sense to me. Now I'm going to do the exact same thing with highlighter. Again, I want my highlighter to like actually show. So I wanna make sure that I'm placing it like up high on my cheekbone so that you actually see it. I'm gonna use Peach Quartz from House Labs because I've been loving this highlighter so much. And I'm gonna place it up high on my cheekbone, taking it out like a little bit wider than I usually would, like right at the top of my cheekbone. I'm blending here, and I'm not gonna bring it like onto my cheek. I'm gonna mostly focus it right in this C area. You have that really nice like reflect, like up high on the cheekbone, but also like out here, you know? All right, next up, I think you want to kind of assess what kind of frames do you wear? So these are obviously like thick. They're a statement. They're large and in charge, okay? I don't necessarily think that the most flattering look for these glasses, since they are quite heavy and a statement on my face, is going to be like a heavy eye. I do think that like looking for balance is going to be just a little bit more flattering. Now listen, if you have thick ass glasses and you wanna wear a bold ass lip and you wanna wear like super thick wing like out to your temples, go for it. Like if that's your thing, make that your look and fucking rock it, you know? But if you wear thick frames and you feel like makeup looks a little bit overwhelming, you can wear fun colors, you can wear fun makeup, but you might wanna keep it a little bit lighter. And any lines that you're creating, you might wanna keep them a little bit more thin to keep it balanced. If I'm wearing these guys, they're so dirty and I just did not clean them. I do not wear these in public. I wear them at home because they're lightweight and comfortable. Literally, I'm so blind. The lenses are so incredibly thick. If I'm wearing these are obviously like very delicate on my face. So I feel like I can get away a little bit more with wearing like a bolder eye look. But again, because my glasses make my eyes look smaller, no matter what that bold eye look is, there are a couple little tricks that I want to maintain so that I'm not like making my eyes look even tinier, you know? So just keep in mind like the frame that you're wearing. So these are my go-to glasses. I think they're the most flattering. I think they're just like cool. They make a statement. Obviously, I think that they look great with like no eye makeup at all. So like maybe just mascara, you know, since I'm wearing like a relatively bold lip. But I'm gonna show you something a little bit glam, something a little bit fun that I can do. So I have shared some of these tricks before, and I'm gonna continue, I'm gonna reiterate because they're really important. So similar to brightening up our inner corner, something that makes your eyes look just like more awake and wide is to brighten up your waterline. This is the Makeup by Mario brightening pencil in light 1. So it's just like a really nice nude pencil. So I'm gonna place this in my waterline, and I'm not just gonna place this on my waterline, I'm gonna kind of drag it down a little bit. It's like a typical trick that I have, especially because I feel like my lower lash line is like, it's quite beveled. I have like quite a shelf there. So I'll place this in my waterline first. That's where I want the majority of that nude color. And then I'll angle it a little bit and drag it just to like the root of my lashes. So you can see that already makes like a pretty big difference, right? It makes my eyes look like, it kind of looks like an extension of the white of my eyes without being like too intense. Now, if you're someone whose glasses make your eyes look really, really big and you don't like that, then you might want to use something darker than your skin tone. It doesn't have to be black, it doesn't have to be brown, it doesn't have to be gray. But as long as it's like a little bit darker than your skin tone, it's gonna kind of draw the eye inward a little bit. All right, and we're not stopping there, okay? Now what I'm gonna do is actually extend that line out a little bit. Sophia Loren style, okay? So I'm gonna take it from, I'm basically gonna follow the line of my lower lash line. I'm gonna take it right from the outer corner of my eye and just flick it up a little bit. Because remember, my glasses make my eyes look like they're smaller and going inward, so I kind of want everything to be coming outward. So my glasses sit like here pretty much. They're like a little bit low, I guess. So you can see like a lot of stuff down here, but you can't see as much up here. But I do have like quite a bit of room going on up here. So I'm gonna kind of like play with that. I'm gonna be using today the Wifey eyeshadow palette. This is Shayla's collab with Dose of Colors. Just really beautiful, like universal nude colors. So using my Sigma Samantha shader crease brush, this little guy, I'm going to mix these two shadows, these two right here, by just kind of like tapping in between them. And I kind of want to create a little bit more of like this shape. So I'm gonna bring it up to my eyebrow. So I'm ignoring my crease right now, completely. I wanna play with all the space that I have up here. And bring it out to the tail, softening it. And I'm not gonna take it in too far. I'm just gonna soften it in the inner corner because I want this area to stay nice and light. I don't want to drag that down. Now I'm going to start at my lower lash line with that same color, and I'm gonna go underneath where I placed that nude shade, kind of dragging it down a bit. The more you smoke your lower lash line, the more defined your eye will be. And then as I get to the outer part, I'm going to blend up, softening, and kind of meeting that first, whatever the fuck you want to call that. Okay, so when I'm looking forward, you can see this, you can see this shape that we're creating and also this definition on the lower lash line. So it's nice and light, but it's also like creating definition and shape to the eye while simultaneously opening up the eye. Now you can obviously make this as dark as you want, but because my glasses are black, I think I want to keep it like relatively light. I'm going to stick with just these colors, but I want to make it fun. So instead of just using like any nude color all over the lid, I want to use something colorful, but I want to keep in mind that I want this to be relatively light. Like if it's my skin tone and lighter, it'll be good. God, that's so fucking gorgeous, but it's too dark for this, fuck. So I'm going to use the new Danessa Myricks palette. I'm gonna use the shade right here, this right here, Divinity. And I'm gonna start off just by pressing this all over the lid from the inner to the outer corner. All right, now I'm grabbing my Sigma E54 brush. I'm gonna grab that shade, make sure I'm really tapping it off so I don't get fallout. I'm actually gonna mist this a little bit, which will also help it stick to the brush. I'm just gonna pat, because I wanna make sure that I'm like filling in those gaps, but as I get out here, because it's quite soft out here, I just kinda wanna like make it look like it's dissipating. So the majority of the pigment is gonna be right in the center of the lid. Okay, so this is what we have so far. So I wanna maintain that brightness, right? So now I'm gonna go in with a nice vanilla highlight. This is Vesca Moonlight. I'm gonna use this. You guys know this trick, or you should. If you watch my channel, really open up the inner corner. So kind of like just intensifying what we did essentially with that concealer, but with shimmer, so that it's nice and reflective. Obviously a matte is just not going to reflect light. So if you feel like this area still just needs a little bit more, you putting shimmer in here is going to reflect the light really nicely as you move and turn. So it's going to open up your eyes even more. I'm just gonna hit my brow bone so that everything looks juicy. There are definitely lashes that you can wear with glasses. Ardell has a lot of really great ones. I think like pretty much their whole Demi line, they're like a reasonable length. So they won't like hit your glass. It also kind of depends on like how your glasses sit on your face. Are they really close to your eyes? Do they sit like at the end of your nose bridge? I can definitely get away with wearing the Ardell Demi Wispies when I have glasses on. Personally though, especially because my glasses are quite thick, I like a natural lash. So I'm gonna curl my lashes with my Velour Lash Curler. And I'm gonna go in with my CoverGirl Lash Blast Hydrofuge. This is the waterproof version. And I really want to define my lashes. One of the reasons that I'm using this mascara is because it's super duper black. Bro, why are you pointing down? Like, how did that even happen? I'm gonna use Tower 28 mascara for my lower lashes just because I really like it for my lower lashes. All right, guys, so this is the difference. I decided halfway through that I was gonna give you a side-by-side. I don't know why. So we followed the basic principles that I covered in my last glasses tutorial, which is to, you know, depending on how your glasses affect your eyes, whether they make them look smaller or larger, you want to, you know, either make your glasses or your eyes look more open or a little bit more closed. This is a kind of makeup look that is like nice and soft and glam, really pretty. It makes a statement, but it's not overpowering, especially because I have like quite thick frames. And the placement is very flattering because you can still see it, you know, despite the fact that my like frames cover a lot of my eyes. So as I'm like looking down, blinking, moving around, you can kind of see everything, you know, literally squinting to see if I'm actually recording. Okay, so this is the finished eye look without the glasses, just so you can see all the little details. Love. So cute. And then with glasses. Sorry about the reflections. What the fuck can you do? Trying to give you every possible angle. I'm short, so everybody's probably like seeing this. I'm like, hi. Okay, and then the final thing, the final makeup tip is nose contour. I'm saving this for the last just because like not everybody does it, you know? It's not like super necessary, but it's something that I love to do. Now, considering my glasses cover up the majority of my nose, I'm obviously not gonna worry about like my bridge. So all of my focus is gonna go to the tip of my nose, which is like what I like to focus on anyway. I like to just kind of like do this while I'm wearing my glasses, and then I can do some blending or something and like take it off. I still use my Fenty matchstick. Bro, Rihanna is playing the Super Bowl. What? That's big news. All right, anyway, I'm gonna use my Fenty matchstick in amber. I'm gonna use my little Refer 28 brush, this little flat guy. Just gonna zoom you in a little bit more. So focusing on the tip of the nose, I like to lift here. Oh my God. The way my phone is positioned, it just like made a really loud noise when I got a notification that scared the fuck out of me. It sounded like a bug. So this is obviously pretty much gonna be the exact same as typical. Then I like to do this guy right here. Again, kind of refining the tip, adding a little bit of a lift to the nose. And then I'm gonna blend that here. I feel like I can be a little bit more general with my placement because my bump is right where my glasses are, so I don't have to worry about like blending into that. Wiping off my brush and then just doing a little bit of blending. Then I'm gonna take off my glasses and then I'm just gonna kind of like fade it just to make sure that it doesn't like stop abruptly or anything right at my glasses. All right, guys, so that's like how I would handle essentially doing like a glam makeup look, something a little bit more fun for these kinds of glasses. Hopefully I gave you enough tips for like how to handle other ones. Just keep in mind your frames. If you want to go bold and make a statement with like your makeup and your glasses, like go in. It's up, you know what I mean? Like live your life. And then if you have glasses, if you are farsighted and you have glasses that make your eyes look a lot larger, you just kind of want to keep in mind that like something like along the lines of like the fox eye trend that is going to like, it kind of closes off your eyes like a little bit. Use like a slightly darker shade in your waterline. You just don't have to worry about like brightening your inner corner really, depending on like the shape of your eye or what you prefer. If you want to do an inner corner highlight, maybe just do like a tiny bit so that it's not like making your eyes look like too wide or too open. And you can get away with using like darker colors, like doing more of a smoky eye, in other words. So maybe something a little bit like slightly darker than your skin tone on your lid and the crease. And you don't necessarily have to smoke it out as much. In fact, a really skinny wing is gonna look like really, really, really dope if your glasses make your eyes look too big, you know? Oh, and if you want to make your eyes look a little bit closer together, like if your glasses make your eyes too big and like wide apart looking, doing that little like inner corner extension with like a black winged liner, that's a really good trick. I can't do that. It'll literally make me look like cross-eyed. with my glasses, which is why I focus on like a bright inner corner. All right, guys, I hope this was helpful. Yeah, I mean, I can definitely like still do glasses content. I'll just have to, like, won't necessarily like see this if I do end up getting LASIK, but wish me luck because I'm like super nervous about it, but I'm also like desperate. I really hope I'm a candidate because I'm gonna just be so depressed if I'm not. I've been wearing glasses since the 4th grade, bro. I'm over this shit. I'm over it. All right, guys, hope this was helpful. Let me know what you want to see next, and I'll see you soon.